Hey there swarmers, thanks for joining us back in the hive. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe and share our channel if you like what we do so we can keep growing the swarm with amazing people like you. So you might have noticed the cost of living is rapidly increasing. Yeah, us too. Across all aspects of life, groceries, eating out, transport, education, travel and energy. We're questioning activities in our life to try to reduce expenses wherever we can. Thankfully, governments, private businesses and individuals are all increasing their education about energy conservation and the multiple ways that it can positively affect the world around us. Efficient use of energy leads to less pollution, less fossil fuel usage, but right now it can also lead to an optimised cost of operation, be that in your business or your home. There are energy efficiency tools and infrastructure which require the input of funds up front. Governments and companies are forging ahead with such equipment, which is hugely beneficial for our planetary decarbonisation efforts. But for individuals, despite being better in the long run, right now is a challenging time to implement energy efficiency upgrades, like installing rooftop solar or a heat pump. With the cost of access to energy at an all-time high and the number of people on the breadline and just managing to survive also at a high, disaster is looming for hundreds of thousands of people whose budget will be torn apart in the upcoming Northern Hemisphere winter. So here are some energy conservation and efficiency tips which you can implement right away to start saving coin. Yes, some of them might sound simplistic, but at this point in our lives, every little bit really does count. Turn off everything at the wall when you're not using it. This is literally everything. Your TV, your lamps, toaster, coffee machine, microwave, all of it. Make the change to LED light bulbs for every fixture you can. Yes, it does require a small upfront cost, but it's small enough that most people can manage it. And if you switch to LED bulbs, you won't blow your bulbs as often, so you need to replace them less. Use your oven to cook things in batches, so you're using it less often. The heating up and cooling down phases are often long, and considering you can't use the oven during these stages, it's energy intensive for nothing. Once you've baked a few quiches or pies or lasagnas, you can attend to the reheating in a microwave or under the grill. Then serve them with steamed veggies rather than baked, or a leafy salad. If you can access your hot water heater, turn it off whenever you leave the house. Run your washing machine on cold water and use a short cycle. These actions have the additional bonus of producing less fibre shedding, which is important to keep them out of our waterways. We chatted about this recently in a video which we'll link to below. Switch lights off every time you leave the room. Make as much use of natural light as you can, and if that's not feasible, use lamps instead of ceiling lights. Using sensor lights is another way to help make that light switch thing easier, especially if you have children. And for outdoor spaces, use solar powered lights. If you have kids and read to them at bedtime, do this by torchlight. This will raise the cozy factor and also help in their wind down prep before sleep. Avoid using a clothes dryer for anything except large items like bedding, even in winter. It might take a little longer, but your clothes will dry inside. If you do need a clothes dryer, don't use your combo washer dryer. It's very inefficient and energy intensive on the dryer setting. Instead, seek out a laundromat. Their machines are larger and more efficient. Turn your fridge and freezer down a few notches, especially in winter, and keep them both filled as much as you can, even if only with water and ice. When you're defrosting food, put it in the fridge. This will keep that temperature lower and the motor will have to kick in less. Replace the seals on your fridge and freezer and oven whenever you need to. Find an energy provider which allows you to monitor your usage. Discover when it's highest and then make adjustments. Double bonus points for using a provider which invests in and uses renewable energy, of course. Take shorter showers and less of them. This offers money saving from both energy and water. Maybe sing only one song, you beautiful diva. And while you wait for your water to get warm enough, collect it in a bucket or a saucepan and use it for later. Use it on your garden or for cooking or drinking. You can also switch the water off while you shampoo and condition your hair and shave. Try a few nights per week without the lights and use candles instead. Increase the romantic energy while lowering the expensive energy. Make a big pot of coffee or tea in the morning and then store it in a thermos during the day to prevent lots of kettle boiling coffee machine action. What about some tips for warmer weather? We got you. Open windows to allow for movement of the air overnight when the air is coolest, and during the hottest part of the day, keep windows closed and the blinds and curtains drawn to help keep that warm air outside. If you have one, you could repurpose your car windshield sunshade to reflect the sun from your most westerly facing window. Ditch the AC. If you own your home, installing ceiling fans will pay dividends right away, costing about 0.5 cents per hour to run. If you're renting or can't invest in ceiling fans at the moment, pedestal or desk fans are the way to go. If you do really need to use your AC, please never leave it on while you're out to keep your place cool for your arrival home. Yes, some people do this, even if they're away for the weekend. What about when the weather turns chilly? Improving your home's insulation is a huge factor for keeping warm and saving money in winter, but this is costly up front. So if it's out of reach, consider securing blankets over your windows at night and use towels to fill the gaps under your doors. You don't need to buy purpose-built so-called door snakes. If you use heating in the winter, turn it down a few degrees. You'll likely find that you just don't need it as high as you've been used to. 18 degrees to 20 degrees Celsius or 64 to 68 Fahrenheit is warm enough. But the best option is always more clothes. Layering from the base of a singlet or spencer will have a positive impact. Have some blankets on the sofa. If they're readily in reach, that's more appealing to use them instead of your heater. In the words of the truly wonderful performer and beautiful soul, Olivia Newton-John, get physical. In the cooler months, do some physical activity in your home to warm up. Lift weights, homemade is fine, lockdown showed us that this was possible. Do yoga, or even have a massive dance to your favorite tunes. This lets you keep the thermostat down and does wonders for your mental health. So that was a lot of energy conservation tips, but I'm sure that we missed some. I'd love to hear your ideas and what you do at home. Please share them with us in the comments below. This is a journey, as we always say, and every step taken in the right direction is a good one. We can't do everything all at once, but we sure can do something. And these actions will all help to reduce your household energy consumption and therefore your energy costs. And that might currently be as important a thing as it's ever been. Thanks so much for joining us, Swarmers. I hope you've got a tip or two. I'm looking forward to reading yours. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay sustainable.